name of the game for the Bucks is defense. Very tough at the rim and challenging shooters. They have good length, obviously, out there on the wings, let alone Giannis all by himself. But defense, a big reason why last year they were able to collect 60 wins.
And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That is his first foul of the game. White finds Porter. Poked away. Stolen by Middleton. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. The pass to Bledsoe. And White with the block.
And I love seeing White use that athleticism on defense. Great hustle to swat that shot.
And Brent, with this Bucks defense, when they're locked in, they're tough.
Well, not only do they defend, they had the best effective field goal percentage against last year. They seal off the defensive possession with the rebound. They were a top rebounding team, second in blocks in the league. As a whole package, the Milwaukee Bucks present a unique problem. Good on defense and hard to match up with Giannis on the other side offensively.
Takes a three. Rebounded by the Bucks. And Bledsoe has it in the corner. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Just more and more you see these small little plays that give you an idea how much Giannis is assimilating with his offensive game. Angles, passes, and more playmaking.
And Markkanen throws it down.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Now here's Bledsoe. The shot by Middleton, wide open. And a miss there on the triple. There's the pass to Levine. Pass to Porter. Clock at 6. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And what a year last season for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was terrific across, Greg, all stat categories.
And he was rightfully in the MVP conversation very early on. He's still very young, and I see multiple MVP seasons in his future.
For Milwaukee, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And it's sent back by Carter. And he recovers it. They get it back. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him. So it'll be Giannis Antetokounmpo shooting. It's on Lauri Markkanen. Brent, for so long we've talked about the potential of what Giannis can do when he reaches his prime. 27 and 13 last year is a pretty good jumping off point.
Winning an MVP award for Giannis at 24 years of age, and knowing that most of the prime years for NBA players are starting to happen between 27 and 30. That's a scary thought, isn't it, Kevin? 4 or 5 years more of growth from Giannis Antetokounmpo and what he can do at that position. If that jump shot comes along, we may be seeing an all-time great develop throughout his career in the next decade.
That one falls, his second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Antetokounmpo, those long strides and then fearless in his attack.
Markkanen kicks to Levine. Knocked away. They double him with Middleton. Levine with it. Matthews covering. Count it.
Yeah, that's not an assignment that I want there, Kevin. I'd rather do math homework than to try and cover that guy.
Bledsoe against White. Shot's good by Bledsoe. Bledsoe's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, Bledsoe and strong finishes just seem to go together like peanut butter and jelly.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. And Coach Jim Boylan agreeing to a multi-year extension with the Bulls this summer, Greg.
And taking that interim tag off his title as head coach, Boylan, with over 30 years of coaching experience, afforded the opportunity to continue developing this young core.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Lopez. Korver comes in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And it's Hill in for Eric Bledsoe. Young passes to Satoransky. That shot, no good. Now the Bucks take it the other way. Here's Connaughton. Valentine passes to Satoransky. And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That is his first foul of the game. .43 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Valentine kicks to Dunn. Young left side. 5 on the clock. Over Ilyasova.
No escaping the outstretched arms of Ilyasova on that play. At every turn, he was right there and defended it well.
Hill finds Antetokounmpo. Doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. It's all tied in Chicago. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
On the court for the Bucks, we've got Antetokounmpo. He's out there with Ilyasova. Hill is out there with Kyle Korver. And it's Connaughton in it with the shooting guard. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. Well, he's not a locked-in starter these days, but Brent, George Hill can be effective off the bench.
Comes in at the 1 or the 2 guard position, can guard the 1 through 3 positions. And because of George Hill and his massive amount of playoff experience, there's a lot of confidence in the coaching staff to get George out on the floor, and then he's going to make the right play at the right time.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the reigning MVP. He's the second Bucks player to win it since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he's the 3rd youngest MVP in league history. Kevin, he's just scratching the surface of what he'll do in this league.
You said it, DA, and some good facts in your report, too. Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead and get in front of that if you want to. Man, what a dunk by Giannis.
Pass to Dunn. To the middle. Here's Young. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Now here is Hill. It's good. Hill's got the lead up to 2 now for the Bucks.
Yeah, that time just picking the defense apart. Hill so dangerous in that string roll set.
Satoransky the pass to Young. Down against Hill. Back to Young. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Dunn misses.
Didn't hesitate for a second to get a hand up on that deep ball.
Yeah, you got to like how he hustled to guard out on the perimeter, definitely respecting the shooting ability.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Brandon, this next question culture we're in, what comments do you want to hear from players who have just lost a game and facing disappointment?
I like the humility aspect of this question, Kevin, and the thing that I listen to most from players who get it they'll compliment their opponent first. Something had to happen where the opponent did something enough to beat you on that night. So you don't say that we did all these things. Give the opponent credit first. Secondly, players who shoulder a massive amount of responsibility, they'll say that they could have played better first. And that takes and deflects everything away from their teammates. And then they'll talk about what they're looking forward to most, and their challenge is we'll get better tomorrow. We'll get better next game. And that they know there's room to grow. Those three things are pretty impactful.
Well said. And the first one drops.
No doubt about the potential that Markkanen has. He just needs to keep improving, especially on the defensive end.
Both shots good from the strike.
Well, a fantastic year for the Bucks, and the future looks bright for this franchise.
New arena in Milwaukee, a new practice site. First-year coach Mike Budenholzer changing the entire philosophy of what they did offensively and ending up in an MVP award for one Giannis Antetokounmpo. The fans showed up. A lot of excitement for the Milwaukee Bucks in the years to come.
Now here's Levine, following the miss by Eric Bledsoe. Levine dishes to White. He can't get it to go. Great tee that time from Middleton. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for the Milwaukee Bucks. And Giannis gets it to go.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And White kicks to Levine. From 12 feet out, they get the rebound. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
This is when length becomes a massive, massive positive. What a shot block by Giannis.
And Matthews gets it to go.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Carter with it. He's picked up by Lopez. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And you look at Wendell Carter Jr., the center out of Duke. Fantastic blend of size and mobility. A lot to like about what he can do.
That's good from Carter. And with Wendell Carter Jr., we saw flashes of his potential last season.
Easy to see why he was a snap pick at 7 for the Bulls back in 2018. As he gets more comfortable in his role and his teammates lean on him, he could be a force.
Makes it pretty tough on the defense. Who are you going to pick to send to the free throw line? And he's hitting the free throws right now. Form looks good. You know, altered shots don't show up on the official stat sheet, but as we saw there, he does a great job of doing that as well as collecting the rebound.
Now here's White. The kick out to Porter. Count the basket. Porter's got 5 points so far.
Well, if you're giving up that much height, the only thing that you can do as a defender is to foul him.
Floats it up for Giannis. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
That's a nice toss up there, so you got to like the timing. But, of course, that's Giannis. He's going to grab anything.
Chicago calls timeout. And that one goes out of bounds. It's touched by Porter.
That's just poor communication between those two. The passer has to make sure his teammate is established, and the teammate has to know the pass is coming. See, that's communication.
Here's Bledsoe. He has 5. Passes to Giannis. And stolen by White. Levine finds White. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Unloads from 9. That's good on the jump shot. And it's a 6-point Milwaukee lead.
It's pretty good focus. Giannis gets in there. Tough to rattle him a little bit. I don't know if he even saw that guy. Superb concentration.
Matthews against Levine. Out to the wing. Here's the 3. No good that time. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, you guys were able to get the lead. What was the key to getting all those open shots?
It was just getting stops, getting rebound, getting down and pushing, finding lanes, finding open guys.
And you made the most of it, Chris. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He ended up with 15 points, 2 block shots, and 2 assists. After a sub...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Antetokounmpo in this one. He's been everywhere.
He's been nothing short of a wall at the rim so far in this one, single-handedly providing great rim protection.
Been aggressive to block shots, but also avoiding fouls. That's a heavy presence inside.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So for Chicago right now, Markkanen and Carter are up front. Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. And it's White in at the point. Lopez over to help. Porter passes to Carter. And then Carter with the dunk.
Going to the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Here's Bledsoe. Antetokounmpo trying to break loose. A beautiful reverse layup. Bledsoe's got the lead up to 6 now for Milwaukee. And since coming to the Bucks, Eric Bledsoe hasn't been asked to do nearly as much as he has in the past.
And for Bledsoe, that is a good thing, as he is best as a complementary player. Not scoring as much, but his decision-making and shot selection have vastly improved.
And for those of you tuning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Kick out to Levine. On the clock. It's Porter outside.
How about the length? Tough for any offensive player to deal with the likes of Middleton with those long arms.
It's stolen by Carter. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Porter against Bledsoe. Porter looking it over. For 3. They grab their own miss. Markkanen. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I like seeing Markkanen be this assertive offensively. Sometimes the defense doesn't know what to do when he has it.
No good on the free throw. At the number of trades now starting to involve stars. It feels like the league's power balance is always shifting to some degree.
Yeah, and I think organizations that are trying to stay ahead of the trend, Kevin, might think about, we might have a star for just 2 years. How can we get the next one? backside of that, Kevin, is a lot of these star players are signing deals that are not extending to 4, 5, 6 years. You can't even do that anymore. So you get a guy for a couple years. What he wants to do is maximize his earning potential for 1 or 2 seasons, become a free agent again, and then look around the league where opportunities not only to win, but to also cash in. That's what's happening in today's game.
And it's sent back by Lopez.
Oh, that's out of there. Not a high riser, but Lopez using his frame, a smart block, if you will. We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space, just clanked it.
And stolen by Ilyasova. Corver against Levine. Hill looking it over. 6 to shoot. Right at the free throw line, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Hill's got 6.
Good shot from George Hill. Smart play there, and decent in the mid-range game.
Hill against Saturansky. Outside Levine. Oh, that's blocked. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Hill leading the charge. 1:52 left here in the third quarter. And Brook Lopez, the bucket on the assist by Hill. And now a 9-point Bucks lead.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Chicago calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Young comes in for Lauri Markkanen, and it's done in for Zach LaVine. The Bucks also with the sub. Connaughton's checked in. Here's Satoransky. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Starter in this league for almost a decade. Thaddeus Young's numbers, Greg, won't blow you away. So what is it that makes him a winning player?
I think it starts with his defense, Kevin. Drawing charges and getting deflections. His quickness puts him in a position to make those effort plays.
And that one drops.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Hill left side. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Hill's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, he weasels his way to the inside there, and that little breathing room that helped George Hill to score.
Young outside from past the arc. It's hauled in by Ilyasova. Bucks leading by 7. Hill finds Ilyasova. And Ilyasova throws it down.
And George Hill recognizing when his man was open, an effective pass that time.
Satoransky, the pass to Dunn. Shot from free throw range. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Well, looking into the gaps of the defense there, he's not going to miss many of those when he gets to that range.
And the basket by Hill.
George Hill has been around, so he understands even with pressure, he's still capable of scoring.
To the right side. And Satoransky wide open. He fires. No good on the triple. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Back to the action after this word. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Even though the position is called shooting guard, passing part of your responsibilities in today's game.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Then it's Matthews. Then there's Bledsoe. And it's Connaughton in at the 2-guard spot.
Clearly a foul.
That one is off. Good on the second free throw. And so it's Bledsoe. He brings it up for Milwaukee. Giannis outside. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And take a look at Giannis in his first year as opposed to now. That's strength coming into play now.
Bulls trail by 10. And White kicks to Dunn. Outside Porter. White wide open. He fires. Buries it from three-point range.
And you have got to honor White on the perimeter. Once he gets comfortable from there, it's going to be bad news for the defense.
And two free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Chris Dunn picks one up. And Brent, when you watch Eric Bledsoe go to the rim, you just have to admire what an incredible finisher he is.
Well, Bledsoe, I think, has always relied on the fact that his physical stature, not in terms of his height at 6'1", but his width and strength allows him to go in there and be a bit of a bulldog, to get contact and to make things happen. So never has shied away from that.
Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Chicago. Zach LaVine comes in for Dunn. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Chris Middleton's checked in for Pat Connaughton. Oh!
And with out-of-this-world athletic ability, LaVine has become one of the game's best dunkers.
Outside for Bledsoe. A floater. He lays it in. Bledsoe's got 4 this quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Markkanen finds LaVine. And he drops it in from the low post. And so it's Milwaukee with it. 7-point differential. Bledsoe against White. And there's the pass to Giannis. Tries from the block. And the jumper is good. Antetokounmpo's got 19 points.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
LaVine against Antetokounmpo. Shoots the 3. Offensive rebound. White looking around. Carter outside. Just 5 to shoot. A three-pointer off the mark.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. They've got to have better shot selection.
On the wing, Giannis. Defended by Carter. And the double up on Antetokounmpo. Porter against Matthews. Beyond the arc. They get a hand on it. Bulls trail by 9. Porter passes to LaVine. And the shot goes in.
Resourceful move there. That was not an easy one to convert.
Now, showing off a little bit on that one. That's a play when your coach goes, no, no. Okay, good play. Get back on defense.
Giannis against Carter. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
A huge night for Giannis Antetokounmpo at the offensive end of the floor. That length and athleticism just proving to be too much for any defensive scheme.
Matthews against LaVine. There's Porter with the 3. Hits it from three-point range.
So dangerous off the pass. Porter has tremendous confidence in his ability to catch and shoot.
And it's Bledsoe off the drive. That missed basket now makes him 4 of 8 from the field. Chicago has gotten off 4 three-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. A basket counts, and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play. Free throw good. Porter
Yeah, terrific and one on that one. Those are the kind of plays, guys, that win basketball games.
Bledsoe against White. Puts it up from 15. Chicago grabs the miss.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
They double him with Middleton. Back to White. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Carter dishes to Levine. Markkanen trying to break loose. It's in! And that shot brings them to within just one.
The nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. From deep three-point range, and no good that time. And so it's the Bucks who come out on top here. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road.